Another day, another day. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching The Big Bang Theory. This is a 20th episode of the 11th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, this is available for the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. Last episode, interesting. Leonard found out that Sheldon has been enforcing all of these laws and regulations within the building. He's been the person putting the signs up. He's been the person, dictating when he can use the laundry room. He's the person that's been, charging people money for breaking all these rules. And he ended up challenging him. Basically wanted to dethrone him. He was the only member of the council, and all episode it was Amy trying to swing the vote, to be honest. You had Leonard and Penny all voting for him. You had Sheldon voting for himself, and obviously Amy was there, and she had to swing the pendulum. Is she either gonna have a hung vote, basically, where it's 2 versus 2, or is she gonna join their side? Well, after the full episode of Amy trying to sway onto Sheldon, she actually ended up voting for Leonard. She couldn't actually hack it. Sheldon was doing her head in. But then it made Sheldon kind of happy in a way, because even though he lost power in the reign of being the person that dictated all of these decisions, he then was be able to be in a position where he could complain about all the decisions that Leonard will have to possibly enforce. You know what I'm saying? And, we all know Sheldon loves enforcing stuff, but we also know that he likes actually complaining, saying this, and this should actually be adhered to, and X, Y, and Z, and that. So it's, if we did continue with that, which I don't think we will, it would be really funny to see how stressed Leonard would be getting now he's actually taking control over, obviously, Sheldon and that. But this is today's episode, and hopefully, guys, enjoy it. If you do, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Bruce Banner's driving a rental car and turns into the Hulk. Do you think he's covered, or does he need to add the Hulk as an additional driver?
You really need a girlfriend.
Do you have any mail for Dr. Sheldon Cooper?
I do, but I can't hand it right to you. I have to put it in a box.
And that is what separates the U.S. Postal Service from those hippies at FedEx. Letter from Dr. Walcott. We've been corresponding about my string theory research. He's invited me to his cabin for the weekend to discuss a breakthrough he's had.
You're gonna go to the middle of nowhere and spend the weekend with a crazy man you've never met?
Yes, why?
No reason, have fun.
Nice one.
Hey, Penny, that's what you sound like when you read.
Hey!
What? He said it.
Oh, I got it. He's giving me directions to his cabin.
Seems a little paranoid.
He is not paranoid.
Gotta burn it so no one else.
Leonard, you are not letting Sheldon go alone this weekend.
Amy can't take him. It's her bachelorette party this weekend.
Yes.
It is, because I'm getting married!
Everyone's got weekend plans. Amy has her bachelorette party, and Sheldon's gonna go to the woods and get hunted for sport.
Cannot drop him off. You have to stay with him and keep him safe.
Howard, you have to go and keep Leonard safe.
I get it, and you want me to go and keep Howard safe.
Actually,
Just say yes, or he's gonna want to come to the bachelorette party.
I'm much more concerned about you. I know how you gals behave when the men are away. Be careful and use protection.
What do you think is gonna happen?
I don't know, but it's going to be sunny and you burn easily.
And a mailman will probably show up and take his clothes off.
Nicholas is going to take his clothes off?
Answer, pretending to be a mailman.
Impersonating a federal employee? Oh, where's the after party? Prison?
You to be safe.
I will be. I'll have my friends with me. If anything should go wrong, I can use them as human shields.
I actually wonder where Amy's going to have this bachelorette party, because I thought that when they went to Vegas, remember that time when Penny had to study when she was getting a job here at the pharmaceutical company? They had a great time, and obviously Penny didn't. And I would think that that would be a good location for them to go back to, seeing as obviously one time it's been good, you know what I mean? And they tried to go before, when we got that great episode. I think it was when Howard done, obviously, the Dungeon Master, because it was Amy clocking somebody, at the airport when she was getting touched, you know what I mean, to see if she had anything on her. It always seems to try to go to Vegas, and now it's just a perfect chance, isn't it? It's a bachelorette party, crazy things, wild times, whatever happens stays in Vegas, you know what I mean? So I feel like that would be a great one. However, it doesn't matter where it is, as long as I can visually see them out at the bachelorette party, all of them having fun, I'll be satisfied.
For most of human history, time was believed to be an objective part of reality.
This is better than music. This is a lecture on non-linear time.
4 of us haven't taken a trip like this since Leonard's bachelor party.
And now here we are for Sheldon's.
Bachelor party is typically a hedonistic blowout where no pleasures of the flesh are denied. I'm not interested in that.
Okay, now I promised Sheldon things weren't gonna get too crazy tonight. Should I be worried?
Just about who you're marrying. Welcome to your bachelorette party!
That is stuff that she loves to do, though. It actually is, isn't it?
Instead of oiled up strippers and sex toys, we thought, what does Amy like?
His vegetable garden? Heirloom tomatoes in April. Creepy.
No magic, no whining. You just no.
Hey!
How come he gets to whine?
Dr. Walcott? Dr. Walcott? Dr. Walcott? Dr. Walcott.
Dr. Cooper. Who are these people?
Oh, these are my friends. I wrote about them in my letter.
I don't normally allow strangers into my house.
But when you do, you let them out, right?
You guys might need to wait in the car.
Well, let me show you around. This is the chair where I do most of my thinking. I'm thinking about people who have wronged me. I do over there.
I've always said that I should get a grudge chair. Have I not always said that?
God, this tomato is amazing. Like I can eat it like an apple.
Secret is, I fertilize it with my own manure.
The look on your face.
Look at them two loving it there.
It's a sort of grin. You want to know what kind?
In your letter, you said you had a new mathematical approach that would help me conceptualize the dimensions in string theory.
I am going to need to collect everybody's phone. Yes, for people to spy on you and steal your work. Start with this notebook here.
Oh.
Here we are.
Oh my. Offense, Dr. Walcott, but I'm not sure this makes any sense.
That's because I've written it all backwards.
Wow. That's wow backwards. Still don't get it.
Well, plus the numbers are letters and letters are numbers.
I love him.
Imagine trying to decode that. It would take a lifetime.
Just finished sewing this top to bottom. I'm gonna sew it side to side. Seriously, what the hell?
You said you didn't want anything crazy.
Yes, but I said it like, I don't want anything crazy. Which clearly means I wanted something crazy. You thought that I would like quilting?
Well, don't you?
Of course I
Yeah,
like quilting. It's the
she loves
slowest way
it.
to make a blanket.
Hey, we can make bad decisions.
Yeah, she had 2 kids back to back, and I thought you'd like this, so we're off to a good start. Why don't we stay home, have a little wine?
What are you not getting about this?
My theory of time, you've already called my work revolutionary. I've already thanked you. And I hate repeating myself. So let's move on. I'm not saying it. The math is saying it. It's the math that I invented. So yes, I guess I am saying it.
Goodness, this is incredible.
See, I'm just not seeing where string theory fits into all this. And that's where I think that you and I could be of help to each other.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, he's a little kooky, but a mind that can reconceptualize time probably has a reason for keeping a jar of toenail clippings that we just don't understand.
I still say it, and I'll say it again, but like all those brackets and XYZs and, you know, like the multiplications and divisions and everything, the algebra that they do, I think it's madness, me, honestly. How anybody understands something like that is crazy. And to be honest, okay, this guy could be really clever, but like, they also always act really strange. And I mean, how long would it take Sheldon to decipher all of the stuff that he's done if he's done all his writing backwards plus also all his letters and numbers of letters? You know what I mean? That would literally take a normal standard person forever. But I don't know, Sheldon loves his problem solving, you know what I mean, his puzzles, and he probably does it dead easy. But the first time I ever kind of, I wouldn't say seen a puzzle or something strange like that was, I think I watched a Simpsons episode and Homer received a letter and it was a newspaper article and it was the start of each sentence made a word if it went down in a line. Do you know what I mean? So basically it might say hello and then over here as the next sentence and it was H-O. Do you know what I mean? And all the letters would spell like Homer, I'm here. Do you know what I mean? So like it was talking in code, and as a kid I was fascinated, like, wow, you know what I mean? Like people can put letters and numbers and things in here and say sentences, you know, without people ever picking it up. And I assume that's probably how, I don't know, like prisoners or somebody like that, do you know what I mean, would actually get messages out to people. They have to hint, obviously they got a code in, and then they'd spread it and people have to see patterns and circle it. But it's too clever for me, honestly. I would never, ever, ever get, if you give me a paper with all that on, I would never get what you're supposed to say.
Do a body shot? I've always wanted to do a body shot. Also, what's a body shot?
I don't look like a place that
Trained
would do
out of a
body
stranger's
shots.
belly button. Oh, no thanks. I'm getting married!
Body shots?
Oh, she said she didn't want.
Mind your business.
Cheers!
Considering you just got a free shot there, I was going to say, would you try different bars?
Should we get her home?
How would this work in the context of a singularity?
Yes, that's a tricky bit to explain. I assume you're familiar with non-abelian group theory.
No, and how? Oh, you never forget your first group theory.
Sheldon's getting married in a month.
Yeah, I'm a married man myself.
Oh, really? Is she here?
And alive?
Lives in Munich. It's a perfect marriage. We focus on our work and send each other cards every year on our birthdays. We give each other space. I give her Europe, she gives me South America. That's where she thinks I'm living. You fellas must be hungry. Do you like rabbit? Can you tell the difference between rabbit and squirrel?
No, probably not.
Great! We're having rabbit.
Please don't tell me you want to live like this.
Why don't I want this? Look at how cool it all is.
Nothing is wrong with you. You have friends.
Thank you for bringing me up here. I think I'm ready to go home now.
Really? You don't want to stay for dinner and talk more science?
No, we better go. I miss Amy. And my phone. Also, I'm from Texas and I can taste the difference between rabbit and squirrel.
The thing is, right, this guy apparently he's a genius and all this stuff, but like, what has he actually achieved? Better than Sheldon. That's how I always say it. You know, he could isolate himself and he can make a little step further in the field, but like, you know, what would you rather do? I think it was at a point, he's had something like this before where it's like, look, you can go all in and do this, this and this. It was the episodes where they all tried to take something serious and it was on a weekend or something and he kept getting distracted and he was watching video games because they was trying to say it was the girls that was hindering their progression in the science field. Do you know what I mean? And then he just realised that they were just getting older and like, obviously they do care about it, but there's obviously, you know, a lot more stuff going on in their life now. When he was younger, in their 20s, maybe they had all the time in the world, but now they're getting older, they got families, let's just say, and obviously friendships, you know, they can have a healthy work-life balance, they can go and put all the effort in there. When they come home, they can play games, you know what I mean, watch movies, go out on dates. It doesn't have to be 24/7 like this guy, because to be honest, he might be the smartest person, but it looks like he's got a boring life, and I'd rather have Sheldon's 100% than this guy's.
How do we get here? I remember taking some shots and then...
Well, you didn't pass out before you did all kinds of fun stuff. What, you don't remember river dancing on top of the bar?
I'd love a flashback, like watching her do it even though she
I
hasn't.
did that? I don't know how to river dance.
So he done it well.
Teaching all those shirtless firemen.
I saw shirtless firemen?
Saw, smelled, slid down like a pole.
Believe it, I'm so embarrassed. You didn't take any pictures, did you?
Oh, no, we would never do that.
Yeah, but if there were pictures, they would be crazy.
Oh, shots, he did do it. That's how you do it, though. That's what you call a top night, innit? Let's be honest.
I can't believe they left without saying goodbye.
What if they haven't gotten here yet, but they're on their way?
Hello.
Welcome back. How'd it go?
Dr. Walcott's theories of time might save my new interpretation of string theory.
I was in a bar and I saw some shirtless men. They were firemen and they fought over me. Penny and Bernadette got me out of there before the victor got my spoils.
What if it turns out I'm not the single-minded, science-obsessed recluse who puts his work above everything and everybody else that you fell in love with?
What if I'm not the straight-laced, buttoned-up quilting queen you thought I was? What if I'm a river dancing wild woman?
I'd still love you.
I'd still love you too.
Do you really know how to river dance?
You tell me.
I don't even know if that's right.
I'm the only man you do that for.
Do you know what? Like, to be an actor, you gotta have no embarrassment level, have you? Literally, I say this all the time, but to be able to do something like that, I mean, that there is actually very simple. However, just doing it in front of everybody is not simple. It's actually nerve-wracking, it's embarrassing, and, you know, trying to do it with a straight face is so hard, and this is where you got to respect these guys for doing everything like that. Do you know what I mean? They always go and do the extra mile and mess around, and, you know, I actually like those pictures of her at the bar, on, you know, going up the stairs, being drunk in the taxi, on the sofa, because those are memories, aren't they? Literally, you can always look back on them and know that you've had a great time, and, you know, it would have been interesting to see a couple of flashbacks, not just the pictures of her, like, actually river dancing on the bar and actually flashing the firefighters and actually, you know, sliding down like a pole. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't mind that. It's not happened. She's had a bachelorette party. It wasn't what I was expecting. However, seemed like she had a good time. She can't remember most of it. And, you know, we ended quite funny there. So, yeah, it was a good episode for her. I like the acknowledgement of the bachelorette party, do you know what I mean? Because you haven't seen that consistently all of the time. And, you know, I'm disappointed that was Sheldon's bachelor party. You know, they kind of referenced that. It'd be nice to see him have an actual night as well, kind of like the way Howard did, to be honest. His wasn't amazing either, but, like, I thought it was interesting in the speeches that I did enjoy. Got posted on social media, and obviously Bernadette got upset. But, like, in general, it's good to see it acknowledged, because that's part of the rituals, isn't it? Getting close towards the end of the season now, you know, maybe have a pre-wedding ceremony and then the full wedding at the, you know, in the finale, I don't know, but we're coming up to that stage, and I'm feeling that the end of the season is going to be really good. Hey, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So Sheldon, you know, met somebody that he's trying to, you know, collaborate with, so to speak, and he's gone out all the way into the woods, pretty much off the grid. He's been communicating in code, and pretty much just realised that that's not technically the life that he wants to live. It's when this guy started saying that, you know, he's got a wife, but she lives in Europe, and obviously he's doing it long distance. That's not the problem that he kind of had. It was the fact that then he said that his wife thinks that he's in South America, and he's actually not. It just shows that, you know, why would you want to be this person in isolation, so paranoid and scared that people are going to take your work, and keep yourself off the grid so much that you don't have friends, you don't have family, you don't have people who care about you, you don't have a good time, and you're focusing all your time on this work, but then you started to drive yourself a bit crazy, you know? Like, obviously, he come and they disappeared, and then he's come back into his house, and then he's like, mate, was he ever here in the first place? Are they coming now? What's actually going on? Do we need to clean up? Do we not? Have they left me? Have they stolen my work? He doesn't know. The guy's going mad, you know what I mean? And you don't want to be in a position like that. I was saying, like, I would much rather be a lesser unsuccessful person, but like have an established job in something that I love, like Sheldon, you know what I mean? Harcourt loves his you know, string theory and dark matter, whilst also having a good friendship group that he can maintain and obviously do activities and engage and keep his mind going in that way, and then go home to a loving, you know, partner in Amy, you know, that he's obviously going to get married to soon. You know, I would much rather have that life than an isolation in the woods and trying to achieve the success of science, you know. And it's good that he acknowledged that, and you know, he's come home to a drunken Amy, which obviously she's had a great time. It's nice to see Bernadette back in the mix, out and about, you know what I mean? Quite a bit of this season, she obviously was pregnant, and now obviously, like I said, she's back, she's had the babies, and she's socialising again and engaging, and it's nice, obviously, she had a bachelorette party. She didn't obviously go too crazy. She got given, to be honest, a thoughtful bachelorette party. Like, it's not what the norm would consider, but, like, you know, if that was a day-to-day, midweek activity, she'd be absolutely loving that. You know, if she come home from work and these guys had it set up where he was all quilting and drinking tea, that would literally be, like, heaven for her. It's just that she had something built up in her mind that a bachelorette party would be absolutely crazy, with strippers getting drunk, doing dancing and going madness, that obviously it was kind of like a lead balloon, do you know what I mean? It didn't go down well. However, she kind of got best of both worlds, you know. She got a part of one, part of the other, got drunk, and then obviously these crazy memories making her feel good, and obviously, you know, thinking that she'd done all these wild things before she's obviously getting secured as obviously Mrs. Cooper. So it's going to be really interesting to see. Can't wait for the end of the season. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.